Welcome to the D2D training video series. This is the second of 4 videos in the Tableau publishing series. This video is entitled Publishing Tableau Dashboards to the D2D Portal, Create Report Link. This video is designed for individuals who are familiar with publishing workbooks to the back-end Tableau server and now want to publish to the D2D portal using the long-form method. The steps to publish to the D2D staging portal and to the D2D production portal are essentially the same. You will need to create both a report link and a report for publishing to the portal. You will also utilize a customer group, or customer for short. The report link is your Tableau dashboard in the form of a link that establishes a connection between the Tableau workbook on the Tableau server and the report. The report is essentially the landing page for your content. Think of the report as a table of contents with hyperlinks to all available content accessible from a report page on the portal. Customer group, also known as customer, are the users who have access to your dashboard. After creating the report link, you will need to create the report to fully complete the publishing process. The steps to create a report are covered in a separate video within this Tableau publishing series. For purposes of this demonstration, we will be publishing within staging environments. With that, to set the scene, you have successfully published a workbook to the Tableau staging server, and now you want to publish your dashboard to the staging environment within the D2D portal. Helpful hint, have the following handy, since you will need this information when populating information on the form. Jot down the full name of your workbook on the Tableau server, the name of the view in the workbook that you want to display first by default, and the name of the customer group you want to access your dashboard. We begin this demonstration already logged on to the D2D staging portal, as evidenced by the URL, which shows https staging.d2d.gsa.gov. Now that you are logged in, you will need to identify the customer group you want to have access to your dashboard using one of 2 methods. If you know the name of the customer group, you can use the general search box to the left of your name, or you can click the down arrow next to the gear icon to the right of your name, click on My Account, locate the group name under Group Membership, and click to access. After selecting the customer group name, the Create Customer Content page will appear. The list of options visible to you are based on your content management privileges. You will need to be a content manager granted permissions as an administrator contributor to perform these actions. As an administrator contributor, both Add Report Link and Add Report should be visible. Again, the focus of this video is creating a report link. To create a report link, select, as appropriately named, Add Report Link. You will be presented with a series of informational blocks that you will need to fill in. All mandatory fields are noted with a red asterisk. From time to time, an error message may pop up on your screen. If you are unsure if you should continue with the error message present, please send an email to Ask D2D. The first item that needs to be populated is the informational block title. The title you are entering is the title you want to give your report link. The report link will be used on the report page to open the dashboard. Next, we will add an image. Options for adding an image may include Open File Browser or may be limited to Choose File. If limited to Choose File, from within the image block, you can choose File. Using this option, a default location will open on your PC based on your settings. You are now able to navigate to other folders. After locating the desired image, click on the image and then click Open. The image should now be populated in the form. For alternate text, provide a brief description of the image. As stated in the footnote, the text that you entered will be used by screen readers, search engines, or when the image cannot be loaded. Heads up before we continue, a number of the same fields that we are about to populate when creating a report link, you will see again when creating a report. As such, you might consider using like verbiage for both the report link and report where appropriate. The summary block is not mandatory, and therefore you have the option to populate this block or leave it blank. Whereas summary is not mandatory, the body field is mandatory. You will need to enter text in this field. If you are entering text containing richer formatting, such as a table, D2D recommends creating the text in a word processing software, for example, Microsoft Word, Excel, Google Doc, or Sheet, and then using the Paste from Word feature. For the block labeled Text Format that contains a drop-down of menu options, you can either leave it as defaulted or choose a different method. We are choosing to leave it as the default. Now we come to the block labeled Presentation Mode. The presentation mode will determine how the report, in other words, your dashboard, will be displayed on the report page. You will be presented with options. For purposes of this demonstration, we are choosing default. Next, you will need to select the reporting tool. In this case, Tableau. The next series of informational blocks pertain to analytics accounts, which require specific training. Therefore, for this demonstration, we will not be updating these fields. We will also be bypassing the overlay settings, embed settings, and statistics display. Leaving these sections as is, and since we are publishing a Tableau dashboard, we're going to navigate to the informational block for Tableau. This is where the helpful hint at the beginning of this video will come in handy. The Tableau section displays the following items that you will need to populate. Tableau site can be left blank. Tableau workbook. The Tableau workbook is the name of the Tableau workbook residing on the Tableau server. Tableau view is the name of the view in the workbook that you want to display first by default. In other words, what you want made visible when a user first accesses the visualization. For Tableau parameters, this field is typically left as is, i.e., to use the default setting, use settings from Tableau for this workbook. If desired, you can use the drop-down menu for Tableau tabs to change to show tabs and hide tabs. This brings us to the informational block for web page. This section is optional, but can be used for adding an external website to the report link. Again, we will bypass the block for web page. Now onto the block for groups. This block is reserved for use by developers and administrators only. What this block shows behind the scenes is the customer group you accessed when creating this link. We are bypassing the deprecated section since it applies to the MicroStrategy page, and the block Data for Backend, which is reserved for use by developers and administrators only. We are now moving on to, drumroll please, the final step. Click Save. A message of success should appear at the top of the page. Kudos to you. You did it. You have created a report link. Now that you have created the report link, you will need to create a report. Thank you for watching. We have additional videos in this series that are available to demonstrate how to create the report, which you are welcome to access. Have a great day.